Alright, sorry about that. This is episode 7 of our LD55 post-jam development on a following wind. I did not complete my pre-stream checklist today, and I didn't realize my camera wasn't connected. It's a brand new Logitech MX Brio, and it likes to not turn on. So I guess part of my pre-stream process is going to be to restart my computer every single morning, which it's not the worst thing to do. I'm just going to need to remember it, or at least check to see if the camera's on, because yeah, if the camera is not connected, the only thing that seems to fix it is a full restart. Whole computer. So, brand new camera. Got it Monday. Today's Wednesday. Camera came out like this year. So, thanks Logitech. Doing good work. Well, we're gonna get back to it. Talk to my partner about this ocean background. She is of the opinion that the caustic highlights are too bright, and it creates a kind of weird Voronoi noise thing here. And I guess I see what she means. So let's tone that down, try to get a more flat watercolor here. Caustic highlights. Maybe this is part of the problem. I think the caustic color itself is reasonable. And the caustic wavelength. Don't even use you anymore. Stop telling me about the new version. Okay, yeah, that was part of the problem. So the highlights themselves were too bright. That's fine. Still want them to be noticeable, so maybe somewhere like here-ish. Pretty big difference. Yeah, I see that now that they were so bright, they were basically overpowering. Wave thing might still be too much. So let's see. We darken it or just make it less opaque? It seems like we have to make it less opaque. Darkening it seems not do anything. What am I changing? Oh yeah, the caustic color. The caustic highlight. Turn you down a little more. Yeah, because we want it to be noticeable, but we don't want it to be overpowering. So I think it's reasonable to tone this down. I think that is a lot better. The foam, I would like to keep pretty bright. But solid white might still be too much. Specular highlights being very bright is appropriate. That's okay. You still want that shimmer. What is it at the moment? Like 215. What if it was a little less? Okay. And then foam color. That's gone. It's full white. Let's also tone this down a little. They're background elements. They shouldn't be like dominating visuals to any extent. This is probably better. Take a look at this. Yeah, I think that's much better. Anything, we can figure out which function controls the part that like hides them. There's this mask that's like hiding them to us. Probably should tone down the water wake a little bit. A little much. So what happens if I do this? I think we need to tone down the wind speed a little bit. this ship is going to fully turn around and then just rocket off. And whenever it Q frees, all of the wake particles go away. We also need to fix that. We need the wake particles to persist. Should be fine, because we want to change it so that instead of ships just disappearing, they like beach. They, like beach onto the water. Or onto the island. Similarly, when a ship makes it to the temple, we can basically just say, you know, we can put it in one of the docking spots and then just turn off the wake until it leaves again. Maybe not the right way to do it. We might actually still just queue free it and then just figure out a way of... Oh, yeah, there's some issues there. The ship just passed underneath the wake. I think the wake needs to be a separate object. I didn't think about that before, but I think that's very right. It also just needs to, in general, be a lower Z index. So it's never on top of a ship like that. That's a weird issue that we haven't seen before. That's not really the main thing we want to work on today. Oh, that makes such a huge difference. This white texture we have in the background. Forgot about that. Oh, I almost prefer this. This? Oh, yeah. We'll need to feather the islands a bit more. We're going to do something like this. We'll have to go back to that. Nice, it's subtle. Anything we might tone down the specular highlights a little bit again. I think that's maybe wrong for specular highlights. What did I just change? I just changed the foam color. Specular color. Guess that's way too bright. They need to be bright to an extent. They're specular highlights after all. Need that shimmering look. Yeah, this is good. This backdrop object we had here was not a good idea. I guess we should keep it in case because now the system is reliant on the clear color. I think maybe make sure it's consistent. It should be. That's better. Big wake is pretty much broken now. We'll need to come up with a new wake. Just tackling some easy things before we get into the big task for the day, which is to try some new ship designs. Do a couple of things. That's the gust controller. Wherever it is, here it is. Trying to tune the wind at the moment. Do I want to go squared length, or do I just want to say length, but like divide it so that it takes a bigger drag to get there? Say a smaller speed, like 5. Scale mag might be... the scale mag might be fine. I think that's a better speed. See what it does to this ship. I need to slow down the wisps a little. What happens when we hit this ship with this? Oh, it kind of pushes the ship along with it. That's kind of cool. You can actually catch a ship with the wind, and it will stay with it. Let's see. Let's do that again. Might crash on this island if I do this wrong. Turn this ship and then try it on this ship. And again. Again. Okay, now let's hit it. Or let's hit this one. This should be easier. Okay, so the wind is going to creep up on this ship. It'll catch the ship. Push it. Kind of like that. Probably mess with the curve though. Yep. Curve. Yeah, so this. And 0 to 1. You need to go. God, this artist. Hate this artist so. Hate them so much. They made so much music. Is this another one of her songs? Forget it. Tired of fighting against Pretzel Rocks. I'm really not happy with Pretzel Rocks, by the way. I spent about like a year's subscription to it, and I'm very tempted to just stop playing music in the stream. Let's do what Armus does, just have everyone listen to their own music. Wait, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're gonna change this. We've hard-coded the number 40 here. Which never couple hard-coded variables like this. Like a really bad idea. point here where I should just do this as like a utility function and not bother defining my own curve. But see how we like this. Unless if there was a button to just reset the tangents here. Maybe there is. Let's try that. That's a pretty normal looking curve. Okay, so something has very untoward has happened. What's their default wind velocity? 10? 0.5. So this has gotten out of control a bit. So at the high end, I'm happy with that. But everything happening towards the low end is not good. What do you do? You tap out at 0.5. Say 1. We'll try this. Say 0.5. Say 1. Try this. Why? Oh. Let's figure this out. We didn't want the velocity, we wanted the wind intensity. So that was maxed. Just tuning this wind speed curve. Trying to give the ships a nice speed. It's fine. Well, that wasn't a great test. I crashed it. Let's do this. So, can I speed the ship up? I mean, I guess this is just too fast a default speed for coming in off the map. The wind is faster than the ship. That's correct. But let's actually just set a much lower default speed here. Let's say 5. The initial wind intensity. If we're going to be moving a camera around, we want the ship's speed. What did that not affect anything? Still that fast. Is this not having any effect? This initial speed? What I'm getting, that's what this is feeling like. 5, that's 0.1. Guess this is like too high. Okay, so high-speed maneuvering is kind of broken right now, but let's look at low-speed maneuvering. That's something that still matters to me. So low speed maneuvering is kind of messed up. We really need to start messing with some shader parameters. Fix this stuff. I mean, high speed maneuvering is definitely messed up. I like the relationship between the wind speed and the top ship speed. Oh, so what happens? Oh. This shouldn't be happening. If a wind doesn't actually start, you shouldn't be able to turn the ship. That's a bug. Kind of like this, being able to push the ship with the wind like this. I don't know. Maybe we stop messing with this curve for a minute and just do like... Maybe we just square it. Try this for now. Normalize it here. Multiply it by itself. Say that. No. Power it. How? I'm messing with this hand-built curve. No, that might not work too well. We could also uncouple acceleration from like turning. So we could maybe say it's easier to turn at lower speeds, but you go faster at higher speeds. That could be an interesting solution to this awkwardness. I want low speed winds to be able to affect the ship. But I also want high speed winds to be able to affect the ship. That's an interesting idea. We need to figure out why the winds are affecting the ship, even if they don't spawn in, though, fully. I seem to have broken something quite horribly by setting it up this way. Exponent. Oh, no, here he comes. Yeah, now I no longer basically move at low speed. What about high speed? That's weird. That's not the way to do it. I want to fix this bug first. Do anything else? On area entered, so this is being called. Let me look at this in here. So it starts out not being not monitoring or being monitorable. I need to also turn collision off. So it's colliding with the ship even when it's disabled, which is not right. If area has method push, if area collidable. So we want to check to see if we're collidable. And in the ship, where's the ship logic for this? I don't think we handle... I think we depend on the wind to push us. Yeah, we do. Oh. I guess we should just say... We should first say... Well, on area entered. We're collidable. Have that variable? No, we don't have that variable. So what are we doing? This is still changing. So this wind is fading out, but it's still affecting this ship, which is a big problem. Not supposed to work. Why is that happening? And me not understanding the intricacies of areas and stuff. We use a collidable variable for ships coming in and spawning. We could theoretically do the same. We're relying on the gust to push. We need to just have a system in place to keep the gust from doing that. Let's forget about this. This doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, do we... Did I mess this up? We're no longer tracking the mouse. We want to evaluate. So if we're no longer tracking the mouse, we're not fading out. I want to say if the gust intensity is less than some amount, I'm going to start fading out. Otherwise, not yet gusting. Let's start gusting. I don't know what I use this variable for. I feel like I don't use it for anything. Yeah, we don't say else. We're not going to fade out. We're going to start emitting our wisps, and we'll start moving. We'll do this stuff too, and just say initialization is over. So I guess either way, we'll say initialization is over. We're not initializing. And we're not fading out. We'll do this. Otherwise, we'll do this. fine. No, now we're not. Now we're not affecting ships under any condition. That's fine. There we go. So now I should be unable to stop it in that case, but I should be able to stop it in this case. Okay. Alright, we fixed that bug. Alright, let's do some other stuff. Let's change the ship default speed to something reasonable. 2.5 does not feel reasonable, but okay. Call it 2, I guess. Still way too fast. Call it 1. This curve is still not good. But I feel like there's promise about changing the whole speed versus direction thing. You need to use like small wind to redirect a ship and a big wind to like get it moving. I don't know. That might be too complicated, honestly. A little too easy to accidentally not summon a wind. Like if you're working at a small scale. I need to work about that. I need to work at that. Maybe what we want to do is tie wind intensity to lifetime. So a short-lived wind will peter out. And a high-intensity wind will carry on for much longer. Then you still get the fun, like, cross-screen effects, but you get a little more flexibility if you're trying to maneuver at low speeds. I think that could be a good... There's some weird stuff happening when small low-speed winds are interacting. See, I don't really want you to choke the screen out with small low-speed winds anyway. But I do want you to be concerned about using high-speed winds. And then winds that oppose each other either like annihilate each other or they can do this sort of thing. Kind of like that, how you might accidentally multiply your wind effects. Let's play with the wake a little bit. Let's see if we can tie the wake to speed. Clean up this taskbar though. Oh, we closed the only one that we actually wanted to work on. I don't know if I can change I don't think changing the emitter amount in real time based on speed is good. So I'm afraid that if you change the emitter amount, the particles will reset. But I guess that's just a feeling I have. I don't love this, where like a ship gets stuck under the wind. I did kind of like it. I had it tuned at one for just a brief moment where the wind catches a ship, it starts pushing along a ship just ahead of the... just ahead of the wind. I kind of like that. That does make it really hard to redirect the ship multiple times, though, so maybe that's not a good thing. We just gotta deal with some low speeds. Maybe they're medium speeds? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. They like blocking ones with other ones, though. That's kind of fun. Let's try. Try to say something like ship. Let's say something like we have the wake pivot. Say something like wake pivot modulate A is wind intensity I guess we don't want to tie it to wind intensity, we want to tie it to ship velocity. Plus I want it like length velocity divided by 50 plus, I don't know, something like that. See if we can get something where the modulate is low at low speeds. See how slow I can get this ship going. Yeah, okay, so there are some issues at low speed. Try to get the ships going faster and see what that does. Doesn't seem to be making much of a meaningful difference. It's probably because they're stacking. Let's take out the plus 2.5. Let's take out the floor. See if we can get more by speeding up here. Not meaningfully so. That's okay. Subtler is better, I guess. As long as it looks okay when the ships are maneuvering at very low speeds. The wake basically goes away. Yeah. I prefer that. Probably ultimately want a thinner wake. I think our wakes are too wide at the moment. I don't know. Let's worry about that when we've got the next version of the ship design done. What did I want to do next? I'm kind of putting off the ship redesign. That's really the next big thing. Looking for small things right now. Yeah, we were going to test out using wind intensity as like a lifetime factor. Alright, so we were gonna think about using wind intensity as a lifetime controller for the gusts of wind. I think gets us the best of both worlds, kind of. But how will we manage that? Hey, Inamoth. How's it going? We've been just kind of tuning values today. We've been kind of trying to tune ship speed, particle effects. Nice. Good to hear. So if we wanted to add a gust lifetime mechanic, we can use this kind of... we have fading out as a thing. Labor Day there. Okay. Nice. Get the day off. Alright, so how would we do this? Yeah, that sounds good. I guess what we should do as a first step is kind of time how long it takes for a ship to travel across the screen. Or not a ship, but a wind thing. So, summon this wind one. It can travel across the screen in about 15 seconds. Or it can travel across half of the screen in 15 seconds. So it can probably do the full screen in about 30 seconds. So we could say something like the normal lifetime of a gust of wind is 60 seconds, just to give it lots of time. And then we could reduce that lifetime based on the intensity of the gust of wind. So that way you can throw small gusts of wind around without clogging the screen. But if you throw like a high intensity gust of wind, you still have to worry about what's it going to do on the opposite end of the screen. And I think this is a nice it's conciliatory if we end up moving the camera around a little bit. If we end up using Cubus's idea of having like a camera that can, an elastic camera, that we can kind of see a little more around the edge of the map. Like we'd always keep the temple on in frame, but it would move over. Instead of being in the middle, it would be kind of more in like the third. That would buy us a bit more screen space, which I kind of like if we're increasing the size of things like ships and obstacles and stuff. So if you're trying to navigate around an island, it makes a lot more sense that you would be throwing out more little winds. Okay, let's implement that. Probably turn off that print. Wherever it is. Here. We'll declare like a lifetime variable. We even use this anywhere. Acceleration. Let's clean up some of these values that we don't use. Mod speed. So that's like an acceleration factor. Let's say constant lifetime. Sure. Here's give me a float. Float is 60. So it's 60 seconds is their typical lifetime. And we can utilize the new fade out, or not the new, the existing fading out logic. X LFT. No, that means lift, but I'm saying LFT means lifetime. Super confusing, probably very unclear. This is my code. I'm gonna look at that later and be like, what's LFT? So we have their maximum lifetime and their actual lifetime. Lifetime. Painting. Gonna start out as max LFT. And so we'll say, so each frame will say lifetime remaining minus equal time dot elapsed. How do we get time elapsed? Get time, get ticks. per millisecond. It's 1,000. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter. You can just get ticks per millisecond. Okay, so where do we put in the intensity as the function here? Is it going to be a thing that slows down? Or I guess it should be this should be a function that gets sped up. And then I guess there's also a question. Well, let's just implement it the simplest way first. Then there's a question of whether we want to reduce the gust's effectiveness as it dissipates, which is probably something we want to do, but let's not worry about that right now. Say gust intensity. So let's say max speed minus gust intensity. This might not even be observable, but let's see if it is. This one will continue off the screen. I would definitely not worry about it. What about a slow one? Send a slow one across. What's the slowest one we can send? This one. I'm seeing now that we actually probably want the efficiency or the effectiveness of the wind along every dimension to be tied to its intensity. So its ability to turn the ship, its ability to drive the ship. We want the wind to just be better the higher intensity the wind is. Because the higher intense winds are the risky ones, because they're the ones that will carry all the way across the screen. But the low intensity winds will be the low risk ones, because they'll dissipate earlier. It's unfortunate that this is continuing to go and shows no signs of dissipating. Probably want something other than just like a linear increase here. At the moment, it seems like even the lowest... Well, here, let's do this. Let's take this part out. Oh, wait. I'm never checking for what the lifetime readout is. I'm an idiot. If lifetime remaining is less than or equal to 0, fading out is true. We'll consolidate the logic later. Okay, let's see what this actually is now. Oh, what the F? How did I just totally break it? What did I do? All I just say is if lifetime is less than or equal to 0, fading out is true. Okay. So something about setting the lifetime here. We'll just print lifetime remaining and see what's happening. Oh, it's a negative number. An incredibly large negative number. I thought this was get ticks in milliseconds. Oh, in I need to divide, not multiply. I'm an idiot. Divided by 1,000. Minus get ticks in millisecond divided by 1,000. Times this. Math is hard, Bart Lane. Welcome to the chat. Nice to have you here. We've darkened the ocean quite a bit. I think I kind of messed up the opacity stuff for the stuff underneath the surface. We had kind of a cool silhouette thing going on. And I've totally messed this up again. It's, again, a negative number. I don't know what's happening. Here, let's forget about this part. So something... I don't understand how these rates work. Goes negative so quickly. Let's do something else. Let's say... Let's just print what time.get ticks in milliseconds is divided by 1,000. Because I clearly don't understand what I'm doing. Okay, that... Oh. This is elapsed time. I shouldn't be doing this. I should be using delta time. I'm a fool. Let's just use delta time. This is total elapsed time. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay. Well, that was an easy fix. I don't know why I thought I needed elapsed time. Okay, so that low wind intensity wind faded away real quick. Now the thing is, we probably want this to be a bit more gradual. Let's see how a full strength wind, how far a full strength wind makes it across the map. We're gonna make it all the way across? Looks like it. Good. It's a weird case a second ago where ships just started scooting at quite a high speed. Sure why. Alright, yeah, that fade out is too intense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out a couple of things. We're gonna basically take out the floor. Because right now there's basically an intensity floor. Yeah, we're saying if gust intensity is less than minimum speed, we're just going to fade out immediately. Let's not do that. But, however, let's say if the intensity is below a medium speed, we won't summon our little wisps. I mean to say. Tie the wisp speed somehow to the intensity of the wind as well. Get rid of this. These things are just going to happen. It's part of initialization ending. So else if tracking mouse, we're not tracking mouse, we don't actually care about fading out. We're going to say otherwise. Do this. The last step of initialization. Then here, we're going to say hey Cubus. How's it going? Saw you in Jotson's stream earlier. That tank game he's working on is so cool. I love all the sound effects. Kind of wish I could see more of it, but like he and I like stream at the same time. I don't really get to watch very often. We're making a bunch of minor changes to the way the winds in the ship work again. At the very moment, we're tying wind intensity to the wind's lifetime and also its effectiveness. So higher intensity wind is going to affect ships more. Like they'll turn faster, they'll go faster. They already go faster, but I want them to turn faster. And then low intensity winds will be very ineffective, but they'll have low lifetimes. Which, as I'm saying this out loud, I think this is going to promote spamming again. I didn't think about that. I didn't think that through clearly. Well, let's see. Let's try it, and if it doesn't work, that's fine. So what we're trying to do now is we need to integrate this lifetime remaining check here. We also want to use the lifetime remaining as like some kind of function. control some stuff, but well, let's not worry about that stuff right now. Let's just say, so if we're not fading out, else if not fading out, these are good. Fade out the arrow, fade in the wisps. That's fine. If we are fading out, we do this. And so what we're going to do is take the mod speed out of this one. Now if you summon a little wind, it does its thing for a second, then it should fade away. But if you summon a big wind, it should carry all the way across the screen, or nearly. I think this will help with the cognitive load and also just screen clutter. Probably want to tune the values a little bit. This way people that are impatient can play high risk and they can throw wins all over the place. And you can do maneuvering wins that are like, go away. High risk speed up wins carry on across the map and have unintended consequences, like this one is a perfect example. That will keep the screen from getting too cluttered. You also continue to... Oh, uh-oh. Don't crash. Oh, don't crash. Oh, dang it. I missed one. I need to... There are some unfortunate side effects right now where small winds that are fading out are still impacting things. So, yeah, we need to change... We need to have some kind of thing where we are reducing a wind's effectiveness when it's fading out. I mean, what we should probably do is as soon as it starts fading out, disable it. But it can't affect anything. So I can grow the arrow here faster. Probably one thing I want to do. I made the arrow really small at low magnitudes so that you wouldn't get confused, but now the winds actually go, so let's do that. So let's change the winds. Let's not make it a length squared thing. Make it a length. Maybe make it a smaller thing here. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's it's probably fine, but it needs to be... Let's see how it is without this huge division. So that's not right. Oh, we need... So, wait. What are we clamping this at? I blew past a clamp that I have somewhere. Field mag. It's between 0 and 1, and it's difference.length. Oh, I just had it... Okay, I see. I see what's happening here. Say like this then. The gust intensity divided by max speed. So that we can get a normalized number here. Now we want the arrow to be visible at lower magnitudes now. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And this is actually a 1-to-1 where you actually see where the maximum magnitude is reached, which is like this. It's about an inch or two away. I think that's better. Maybe not ideal at low speeds, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay, so we want to do that. We want to say as soon as the wind starts fading out, we want to disable its ability to affect things. I guess we should just turn monitoring off, but I guess we want both off, actually. Do this here. That's off. So as soon as the wind starts fading out, it doesn't affect anything anymore. Seems good. Oh, what? That's very much not what I was expecting to happen. Why is it all of a sudden just popping out of existence? All I'm doing is changing its monitoring. Undo that for a second. That still exists. No, now it's gradually fading out. We also need to change some wind wisp characteristics based on wind intensity as well. Not so concerned with that. Okay, I want to understand this. So, why is just changing the monitoring state of this just causing it to... Let's say this. Let's say if lifetime remaining and not fading out. I don't think that has anything to do with it, but the thing that we should do. Yeah, what? This is confusing. That's fine. Maybe we don't do it this way. Hold on. Stand by. Someone's ringing my doorbell. We have ads coming in 30 seconds, so I'm just gonna go check on that real quick anyway and take a quick break, and we'll be back in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Alright, sorry, we're back. That was the PG&E guy who needed me to let him into the garage so he could inspect some meters or something. Alright, what were we doing? We were going to try to change it so that the wind intensity just has overall a stronger impact on the ship. So we do that here, sort of. So when we push a ship, we basically say the wind direction is now the gust velocity dot normalized. The wind dot product is the wind direction dotted against the ship direction. The wind intensity is the length of the gust velocity. The wind velocity is just the gust velocity. Okay, so we do all this. And so I think what we then want, wind intensity okay. I need to define a global constant, which is like the maximum wind speed. Max speed. What is this? Do we use this for anything? No, we don't. Okay, let's redefine max speed. Do we use any of these? I always be defining constants and then not using them. Let's just get rid of them and see if the game complains. So let's say this is also 25. I need to define this on like the game manager or like an auto load like utility thing, so I don't have to define this in multiple places, but for right now this is okay. Alright, so the way we're going to do this, we have this integer damping based on the wind intensity already. We're going to change this to say divided by max speed. So the wind max speed is already the ship's max speed. Then we're changing the ship velocity. Actually, we're already... The guy tried yelling at me from outside, but... Oh, he's just saying I can close the garage. Okay, I'll be right back again, sorry. All right, PG&E inspection complete. Hey, still needs work. Good morning. How's it going? All right, so we already used the wind intensity. And we also use the wind dot product. First cup of coffee, nice. Yeah, I also have my first cup of coffee here, although by this time it's kind of like, it's that kind of lukewarm, where it's like basically room temperature. So you feel like you still have to drink it, but you really just want to like have a fresh cup of coffee. But it's okay. I'll survive. Okay, so what we also want to do though is we want to slow down the ship's tendency to rotate if the wind intensity is low. And now we just have to decide how we want to do that. So we already defined an angle to the wind. That is accurate. We already clamped the angle. We could narrow the clamp based on the intensity of the wind. It's probably the way to do it. The naive thing to do would be to define... Do I need the absolute value of the wind intensity? I really don't. I should be taking a... I should probably just be storing it as the ratio. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's just do it this way. Let's just say 45, negative 45 times wind intensity divided by max speed. So this is like a very raw way of limiting this. I don't think... I mean, I know order of operations there doesn't matter, but... Oh, it's not a float, that's a vector 2. Alright, so this... probably bad. Because we're basically saying at the lowest wind intensity, this is not going to move at all. So we probably want to add some kind of floor, and then I'm just curious to see what it feels like when we're just doing it straight up here. So at very low speeds, it will very slowly turn the ship. And then at high speeds, what? High speeds, it will very quickly turn the ship. I actually think that's exactly what we want. I think this tuning is pretty much fine. Because it makes sense. It actually makes sense. The only real problem... I don't know if it's a problem per se, but... the ship... I don't know. It has something to do with the dot product, but I actually don't think it's a huge problem as it stands. We do have a bit of an issue where the wind is affecting things while it's fading out, which we don't love. But I feel like that's a pretty minor concern. What's nice is how this already, like, a slow wind will stop a ship in its tracks. Like, it just pulls all the energy out of the sails. It sucks the wind from the sails. So it's good at stopping the ship, but it will rotate the ship very slowly compared to a higher speed wind. I think that is exactly what we want. Alright, cool. Well, that ended up being like our whole morning stream, just tuning values. We can probably keep going and tune the wind wisps a little bit. They're kind of following the cloud too closely in my mind. There's probably too many of them. I don't know. I probably shouldn't care about that stuff right now. It feels a little too late to dig into like a whole new ship design, but whatever. Let's at least start. We don't have a lot of time, but let's at least start so we feel like we've started, and maybe it'll be easier to carry on with it tomorrow. Kind of liking this blues station this morning. My usual chill radio was just like pissing me off this morning. I don't know. Every day I'm more tempted to just start doing the Aramis thing of just not playing music on stream and then just having everyone listen to their own music. Rather than forcing this Twitch, YouTube safe radio station program, which is like not the best. I don't know. Let's grab the basic ship. Maybe there are other music options. Maybe there are other music options. It's just a little tricky because you need music that's safe for YouTube, safe for Twitch. This music isn't even that safe for Twitch. Like, most of my VODs get muted because of this music, but I don't get copyright strikes on YouTube, and that's the really important thing. Everything else is kind of whatever compared to that. Okay, so let's make a new sprite. We were going to do 240. Or no, we were going to do 24. So I'm going to just not have to try to do the math right now. 192. So we're going to do 192. By whatever half of that is. 96. Doesn't seem right. Oh no, we don't want half. We want a quarter. So 48. 192 by 48. call this the ship layer. We'll do the same thing we did before, where we'll draw everything out on one sprite, but this time I think we'll really try to split the sails from the ships. Just play copyrighted music and disable VODs. It could be difficult to split audio recordings, but also a possibility for YouTube. Yeah, we are multi-streaming live to YouTube, just so I don't have to worry about editing, uploading, any of that stuff. We're just also streaming to YouTube. It's in higher quality. It means my VODs are basically live forever instead of whatever the Amazon limit is of like 60 days or something like that. So I'm going to make a couple of layers here. I'm going to make all the layers we had before, plus another one. This one's going to be called reference. Then above reference is going to be called the upscaled. And we need a few more layers. Want a ship layer, a mast, one mast layer, sail layer, and then another mast layer. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's a solution to it. Exactly. I mean, I like playing my own. I like playing music to create like kind of a vibe, but I don't know. Well, I paid for Pretzel Rocks for the whole year, so I think to an extent I'm just gonna kind of try to make it work. Maybe I'm not being as like this station's a banger, this blue station, compared to my normal weird chill stations, so maybe I just need to be a bit more adventurous with my selections. Alright, so this is the reference layer. No, it's not. I totally copied over entire layers. I love that for me. How did I even manage? Okay, no, that's correct. Mass 2. Okay, so here's our reference layer. Let's just split these up. I'm going to use the grid view. .24 by 24. Is yeah. Gray box grid does not always work at these unusual resolutions. I should probably just draw this at 32 by 32 just so I have that nice center line that I can see. I think that might actually be what I do. And then we can just make the canvas smaller when we need to. 256 by 64. Grid settings, and then we say I don't know. Actually, maybe we turn the grid off now. Show me the grid. Now we just have to move all of these over. Anyhow, I thought I would share this technique in case it might help in your success for this game. Oh yeah, please do. Please share the techniques. Video game music is also pretty safe from strikes, you heard. That's worth considering. That's also something I don't want to spend a lot of concern or brain power on, is worrying about whether what I'm playing is copyright safe. And at least with Pretzel Rocks, I am guaranteed to not get copyright strikes and stuff, and Pretzel Rocks will actually like advocate for me in the case that it does happen. Right. You mean you typed it above? Did you? Scrolling back, the only stuff I have from you is your first cup of coffee. Chat. If you could repost it, that'd be great. I don't seem to have gotten it. Yeah, it was like a paragraph. What? Man, the stream manager sucks. Let me reload stream manager and see if it gives me that. I want to read that. Where is it? Well, I'm sorry. If you're able to, yeah, if you're able to copy and paste it, that'd be awesome. Because I would like to read it. Twitch chat kind of sucks sometimes as an app. Please drop the knowledge. All right, so here's our reference. What is this going to be? I'm going to just call it like new ship. I feel like every single new thing I do, the like whole second generation of art for this game is just going to have the word new in front of it. Which is classic. That's a classic thing to do. Upscale. So we're going to take... Oh, so I made this a little tough for myself to upscale. So I will need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is when you turn the grid on. Use a grid. Grid settings. 16 by 16. And we just add an offset. Got an 8 by 8 offset. Oh, yeah, maybe it's exceeding some kind of limit. Oh. Oh, here we go. We got it now. Or at least we got the first part. Let me read this. Still needs work. You were thinking because yesterday during your piano lesson, your teacher said something interesting, so you've been practicing this one song constantly, and you were struggling with it. She said to step away from the song for a day, and that you'd be more productive. So you're thinking about me and this game, and if you ever get to the point that you feel like I am burning out on it, I should consider taking a break from the game for a day and then coming back and looking at it fresh. Yeah, we definitely... That's good advice. We definitely should do that at some point. It's definitely something we should do. I'm in a little bit of a rush just because I'm trying to get something nice put together in time to do like a post-mortem and to get a little trailer out for the new version of the game. So I'm in a little bit of a rush to get that done before kind of Ludum Dare kind of loses. Everyone kind of loses interest in Ludum Dare, which has actually probably happened to a great extent. Which is why we're kind of focusing on just polishing what we already have more than anything else. But yeah, I think once that's done and we've got that out there, we'll probably take a little break. Because yeah, I shouldn't work on this for like 2 months straight to finish it or anything like that. That would not be good, probably. Yeah. Yeah, time to work on the side project, Digital Iliad. The side project of my side project. My main project has become my side project. When did that happen? It happened when I decided to do Ludum Dare. All right. We're doing this scientifically here. All I'm doing is I'm basically upscaling what we've got. Okay. Double was not the correct thing to do. Oh, maybe it was actually. Oh, no, that's for 32. We're not doing 32. We're doing 24. So what we want to do is just have... Oh, okay. There we go. Let's take this and increase this by 50%. It's going to look really janky, but that's okay. It's just for reference. Just a basic shape reference. Well, in good news land, we've at least got this new resolution will at least give us a 2 wide pixel masts, which we need for the ship to remain centered. So that's good. This needs to be over by 1, I think. Or not. Kind of losing the thread as far as where the 32 by 32 thing is. It's here, here, here. Donkey boat. How's the game scale with that, though? That's going to be the question. I don't think the ships are actually going to be this much bigger. But I'm curious to try it. And yeah, it might not work. So I think maybe the smart thing to do would be to actually just take these as they are and shoehorn them. I mean, maybe do a pass on them or something. Or maybe no. Maybe we just take them as they are and throw them into the game and see if that like completely ruins the scale. It might. It certainly ruins the scale of the obstacles that we currently have. But the idea is to have fewer pieces that you're managing. Because right now the game isn't really that hard or interesting until there's like a lot of ships on the screen. That was wrong. Somehow I did this incorrectly. So I'm interested in just trying to see if you make bigger pieces that are harder to maneuver, if that becomes more interesting. But it might not be. Can you not just scale these via transform tool? I don't know if Sprite is like Photoshop, but it would be easier if you could just retransform all of them and enter a scale percentage numerically. That is possibly an option. I don't know how to do it though. So we're just doing this. I mean, this is how we got our ships originally. Like, this little version of the ship, technically this one is like pretty much exactly the down-resed version of like the large ones that we were drawing, like the high-res ships that we were drawing. So honestly, the better way to have done this probably would have been to go back to the high-res ones and do the same thing we did during the jam. It probably would have been the better way to do this. Go back to the high-res references and then upscale and then downscale them, but instead of being to 16 by 16, you do it to 24 by 24. Basically, my goal is to make the ship as small as possible. Whatever ship is small enough that still allows for this 2 pixel wide mast. Because the 2 pixel wide mast lets me get perfect pivots. Whereas the 1 pixel wide mast is always going to have a problem. So we'll see. See how that ends up working. Press Y or sprite size in the menu. Oh yeah, we could have just taken the whole sprite and sized it up, huh? Using the nearest neighbor interpolation. Yep, that's how, okay, everyone, that's how you do it. Cuba says after I've finished doing it manually by hand. Fine, these are going to look janky either way. We're not going to fix them. Let's just take them, export them. Close this. Oh wait, actually, we don't want to export this. We want to... Oh, I guess we do, because... Okay. It's just... So this won't work. So where's our old ship? We still have it. We have the parent ship. Where's the older version of the ship? I guess it won't work either way. There's pirate. Oh, it's this one. Ship. It uses the same code, though, so this won't work, will it? Friend ship. Is that the same script, or did I actually make a new script? Ship controller. Oh, no, I see. I see what's happening. Okay, whatever. We can't exactly test this because we haven't split the sail from the... I guess we could do that right now, huh? This is supposed to just be a reference. So I should probably just... You're thinking I had some elaborate technique? No, I had the most basic technique that I was repeating by hand 8 times. But it's fine. Alright, let's go back to the other grid. The 24 by 24 grid that is going to be offset like this, I think. Maybe not. Nope. Maybe it's offset by 4? Yeah. Okay. Oh, this doesn't work at all. Cool. Never mind. Turn the grid off. Grid will not help us now. The only problem right now, I guess we can test this, but we can't do the sail thing. So we can define the ship sprite, plug in. Let's add another sprite. Let's say, let's call it the combo sprite 2D. It's going to be both. Be the whole new ship. I'm going to say, yeah, this is like probably way too big, but we'll see. Animation, there's 8 frames. What's the offset for this? None? How do you have no offset? How did I manage that? Oh, I broke these up into squares. I see. You're going to need an offset. Alright, and now in the ship controller, we will add our combo. Here, I guess. Do I use the game manager? This? No? This is also not the way to define this. Parent, parent, parent. Probably want to define this by the root. Just get rid of that. All right, you can try that again. New chatter. Hey. Hey, Sped Dude in Sped Dude in bed. Welcome to the chat. Time is it? 9:45. All right, we gotta wrap this up soon. Let's just try this test. Try this scale test. Okay, so scale sprite 2D, sprite 2D. We basically need to add a combo. We need to say combo sprite 2D dot frame is ship sprite from direction. So we can use the. We'll do the same thing down here. Nope. Don't know what would give you that impression. That's 2 strikes though. Let's keep it on topic. Let's, keep it about games. Let's keep it civil. Your first message got auto-modded, so I mean, I'm happy to have you here. We're working on a post-jam development of our game. This should work. This should just work, substituting in the ship sprite frame from direction. We just need to add the combo down here. Yeah. No, I mean, what got auto-modded was definitely worse than that. Let's see. Crash. Oh. Oh, we actually do need the game manager defined. That's probably not how we should do that. This should probably be a signal that the game manager picks up on, and we should probably subscribe, or we should probably connect our signal when we get spawned in. That's an important call out. But since we only have a few more minutes left, we're not going to do that right now. I'm just gonna put the game manager back. Oh, is that the shorthand for grabbing the root? It's just dot. That's dope. I didn't realize that. Last time I tried that. Unable to write to file, main scene file, and use locked or like. Okay, don't know what that means, but try that again. Okay. Maybe I've broken something. Oh no, we're in. We should probably stop. Yeah, there we go. We were mid-play. It came still running. Thank you, Ironic Moronic. Good to see you. We're doing a scale test for a larger version of our ship, so it's gonna look really bad. Yeah, this is maybe too big. I mean, I know it's too big. It's definitely too big. Oh well, I guess that solves our that makes our life easier, huh? Because then maybe we don't make multiple categories of ships. Because I mean, I guess we can try it. I guess if we're gonna make multiple kinds of ships, I thought I fixed this. Ship controller, game manager. So is this not connected correctly? Oh, thank you. Still needs work. Game still running. Yeah, that's that was the problem. All right, there's a garbage truck right outside my door. All right, so I think I messed this up somehow. Let's just change it back to what it was, which was like dot 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 dot. But yeah, we're not going to do it this way in the future. We're going to change that to a signal. But let's go back to our regular scaled ship. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, still needs work. You've given 20 gift subs in the channel. You're too nice. I didn't even read that detail. Thank you for hitting him with the ship it. Evis, I saw you hitting Jotson with the ship it this morning with the ocean waves. That was very sweet. Glad people enjoy the emote. Yeah, I guess this is just the size of the ship. Maybe we can afford a 20 by 20. Or maybe this is just perfect. Maybe these little stupid ships are just perfect, and we're not going to worry about it. They feel kind of perfect. I could probably texture them better. Add some extra little details. But maybe this is the scope, the scale at which we have to operate. I can still communicate a sloop and a... Maybe I can still communicate smaller and bigger ships by just controlling the shape more than the size. Thank you for the ship at Bart Lane. All right, let's just look at what we did. So this upscaled ship. So the original ship is usually around 7 across. Usually about 7 across. New upscaled ones were... They were 14 across, so they were double the size. So obviously we can't get away with double the size. The problem is, even if we just make them a little... I feel like the big white puff of wind feels very big. It is, but so is the collider for the wind. We can mess around with reducing the opacity of it as well. So okay, here's the problem. If we scale up the ship, but not all the way up to this, then I think a too wide mast will just look disproportionate. So I think we're stuck around here. So let's just do that, I guess. Let's just work with this. See if there's a little more we can do in terms of texturing the ship better. Because a 14 by 14 sprite is decent. There's room for expression here. There's no reason it has to just be 2 color. So maybe this was an important lesson as far as, you know, we don't have room for a larger sprite. But there's probably some things we can do to our existing ship to improve the visuals. People are asking me to put pirate stuff on the pirate sails, and I'm like, where? Like a 6 wide sprite or 6 wide pixel sail. They're like, just put a skull on it, and I'm like, okay. Put a 3 by 2 pixel skull on here somewhere. That's at a slight angle, so it respects the perspective. Like, let me get right on that. What'd that even look like? To not save this, whatever I did to that. I'm basically out of time. I'm just having some fun for a second. How would you even draw a skull on here? Yeah, that's not... I don't think it's doable. Oh well. Yeah, tomorrow let's retexture our ship, see if we can... Because we can change the color to add a little banister around the edges of it. We can maybe get a little bit more stuff going on in the back of it. Like maybe we raise the deck in the back a little bit. Like we add some sense of depth to it. I think there's a lot we can do. even with this size sprite. And we have a little extra room, so we can make them a little bigger, sort of. Depending on what's going on here. Oh. Facing up version of this ship is wrong. Yeah, let's see. Let's see what we can do. See what we can do tomorrow. It's gonna be cool. But as always, I appreciate everyone for coming by. Very much appreciate you, Still Needs Work, for your patronage of this channel, and for everyone else who enjoys spending their weekday mornings with me for some reason that I haven't figured out why yet. I feel like eventually I will. Alright, who's doing Godot? Who do we go hang out with? Thank you for hanging out. I'll take suggestions if anyone thinks of someone. I mean, there's always Lewis. There's Sorcery. Sorcery Story is always good. We enjoy hanging out with Sorcery Story. I don't know a lot of these other people who are streaming right now. Go hang out with Sorcery Story. Thank you again. I will hopefully see y'all next time.